You're tuned in to Cup Check Radio, the best on WODU, the best in college radio. We got a lot to go over today. We got some football, NFL, and college. We got some basketball. I mean, just a lot. I mean, basketball preseason
Yeah,
just started, so
the sports world's starting to get balanced now.
yeah, it is. No, without a doubt. So we got a lot to cover. So we'll jump into NFL first. Talk about the Lions, the only 0-4 team there is. What's going on there?
Honestly, I had a lot of faith in Matt Stafford coming into the season. I've honestly lost that. They are not the same team. Megatron seems like, I mean, he's still great, in his own, but it just seems like I don't know. It's just like they're missing like he just lost a step or something. I don't know. Something's not right.
See, no, I feel bad for Megatron because I feel like he's good. I feel like Stafford just can't get him the ball.
Yeah,
Like the ball always ends up in the other team's hands.
yeah.
So
The
like,
pick situation, like, he's throwing too many picks. It's kind of out of hand.
yeah, no, I mean, like I talked about on a Tuesday, like how him and Tannehill are almost like the same breed.
Yeah, but he's a little bit better than Tannehill.
I mean, he's
Tannehill,
been.
yeah, I don't like
I mean,
Tannehill.
Tannehill's bad.
I don't like Tannehill
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
Tannehill's really bad. I don't know why they paid him what he did, but Tannehill's bad. But Stafford, like, if you look at his numbers, he hasn't been great.
Yeah, yeah, he hasn't.
And I
He
mean,
definitely
like,
hasn't.
at what point do you just bail on Stafford? Like, I know it's hard to do
Mm,
because he's got you to the playoffs a couple times, but he was also on that winless team,
yeah, that's true.
and he's got talent. Like, you look at their team, it's not like they're trash. I mean, yeah, they probably should beat Seattle.
So you feel like they should get rid of him? Like,
I
how big? Like, your panic meter is at what number?
I
One to
mean,
ten?
okay, my panic meter is probably at a 7. They're well, if you're talking about playoff wise, my panic meter is at 10. They're not making the
Oh,
playoffs.
yeah. Okay.
But
All
like
right.
if I'm the organization, I give Stafford 1 to 2 more years just so I can groom a guy behind him.
Okay.
I think they should have taken a quarterback this year. But like they look like they're going to be pretty bad, so they can get a decent quarterback from the college ranks.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the Texans. I always thought Hackenberg was going to the Texans just because that's his old coach.
Hmm.
I felt like that was a good fit for him. But I think the Lions could use him as well.
Okay.
I think you put Hackenberg behind him for a year or two, and then you bring him in, and then you start him.
Okay. So assuming that the Lions are bad and they do get a good, relatively good pick, let's just say they have a chance to get a top three quarterback in the draft. You think
Yeah,
they should jump on it?
absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, their defense isn't great. I mean, they got an alright defense. They lost in Dominican Sue,
Mm.
so their defensive line isn't spectacular. But Calvin Johnson's nearing the end of his career.
Yeah, it really seems like that, and it's
I
crazy.
I mean, like at some point, you're gonna have to find another wide receiver.
Hmm.
And when Calvin Johnson goes, that team goes.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't run the ball. Abdul is a beast, but they can't run the ball. I I think you gotta think about making the switch at
Yeah. Yeah.
some point. And when Calvin Johnson goes, they're gonna struggle a lot.
It's gonna hurt. I mean, and it seems like it's inevitable at this point. I mean, every team has to go through it. I feel like. I mean, when your quarterback is crapping up the field
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean when your quarterback's average, you can't.
Yeah.
And they haven't really got to that next level. They've always felt like
Hmm.
they're in a rebuilding stage or like a we just need one more guy stage.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But like for Stafford, if I'm the organization, I'm at like a 7.
Okay.
I'm like looking at my options.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely be reasonable because, like you said, he's been there for a minute
Yeah.
and he's been through a lot, and he's been through the winless team too. So it's like, really, is this really your franchise guy?
And I mean,
Gotta question that.
I think they stuck with him too long.
Yeah. Okay.
But
That's really reasonable.
because I mean, I think Calvin Johnson would have been a lot better with a different quarterback.
Oh yeah.
You give Calvin Johnson like Andrew Luck, like a healthy Andrew Luck, like an Aaron Rodgers or something,
Hmm.
you're not being stopped.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty
Calvin
much.
Johnson goes for 5,000 yards a season. But I think Stafford's really the reason why they're 4-0. 0-4.
Yeah, yeah. Stafford is definitely his game has not been up to par this season. I believe.
I mean, they should be 1-3 though. The whole bat.
Oh yeah,
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 but so speaking of bad teams, the whole NFC East is in that boat.
yeah.
I mean, you look at the NFC East and all their records and all of that. They're bad. I mean, you look at the standings, who's in first, who's in second. Dallas is in first, tied with the Giants and the Redskins at 2-2. And then the Eagles are at 1-3.
And they have like they had the most odds I saw on ESPN to win the whole NFC East.
Yeah, I just the Eagles. What happened?
I don't know. I think they're done. Honestly, that's just my opinion.
The only reason I can't say they're done is because they win one game and they're back in it.
But I feel like the Cowboys. I feel like Cowboys and Giants. They're both teams that are just capable of just getting hot.
Well,
And
well, my problem with the Cowboys is they're injured.
yes, but I mean they are going to come back, and when that happens, you never know. I don't know because the Cowboys are really unpredictable. It's
Yeah,
really hard to bet on them.
I mean, I can't put my money on the Redskins.
No, I'm not. I
They're
can't.
Kirk
I
Cousins
don't
is
believe in
hot or
Kirk.
cold.
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
don't believe in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and then there's the Giant. I think the Giants win it.
Giants, yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna be between the Cowboys and Giants, in my opinion. Um, you know, Odell Beckham, he's been killing it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
At
He's
some
having an
point,
off
Victor
year.
Cruz is gonna come back.
Yeah. So I really do think they're definitely the front runners in my mind. Again, that the Cowboys are injured right now. You never know how they're gonna return, if they're gonna be true to form when they come back. So we'll see.
Yeah, but uh, the Eagles look done, and I think the Eagles have the best overall talent too.
They do. Like it seems like on every position they got like they got a pretty solid, well balanced team.
Yeah. So I mean, like, at what point is it Chip Kelly's fault? Like, at what point do you start pointing fingers and it land on Chip Kelly? Because like Sam Bradford was just a sideways move
hmm
from Nick Foles. Like
Yeah.
like Sam Bradford and Nick Foles were essentially the same player. Sam Bradford was just always injured.
Yeah. So it kind of makes you question like where was his mind at when making that move when he coming in and changing all the things that he changed, including the Sam Bradford trade with Nick Foles.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, I see you get rid of uh Shady and you get Murray, but if you look at their running styles, they're completely different.
hmm
Like I don't I don't know what they were really thinking. Cuz like Shady was an outside the tackles runner.
Yeah, scat back. Like you just make him give him a toss and he'll just go do what he got to
And
do.
that's exactly what the the Eagles want to do.
hmm
But then you have uh there we go. Then we have like DeMarco Murray,
hmm
and he's just not that guy. He's a between the tackles runner.
Yeah, like you gotta grind him. Like you gotta keep running him. You gotta make sure everybody's blocking on the P's and Q's. He's really good in a good system. I feel like.
Yeah, and I mean like it's just not his system. It's
Yeah.
not the way he wants to run the ball.
Exactly.
So that's why Sproles is leading their team, or
Yeah.
Sproles and Matthews. Like, what is that? But I mean, at some point, I think you can't put the blame somewhere else, and it's got to be solely on Chip's shoulders.
yeah.
So going from bad teams to good teams, 4-0 teams to be exact. Who out of the 4-0 teams that are playing this week, because the Panthers aren't playing this week,
Okay.
who do you have losing? You got the Patriots, the Bengals, the Packers, the Falcons, the Broncos. And you look at you look at the schedule and you look over it a little bit and you go, all right, who's gonna lose out of those teams? Who you got?
I might have to go with the Bengals. Honestly, they're facing Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. They're still not the same to me, but that defense is still ferocious in my opinion. They'll give any team a problem, and I really do feel like they're gonna struggle against them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals are gonna struggle, but I can't hop on Seattle. Like Seattle really should be 1-3.
They've had some bad games.
They've gotten really
Yeah.
lucky. So I think
So who are you going with?
see that's the thing. Like other teams aren't very good.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be the closest game I think. Like because you look at Seattle can put together a good team. Cincinnati usually crumbles at the later half of the season. You got the Packers playing St. Louis. That should be an easy one. St. Louis can come up here and there. You got New England at Dallas. New England's
Yeah.
gonna torch Dallas. I think Denver could lose.
Denver could lose to the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Raiders look really good.
Yeah, the Raiders are a solid young team. I like Amari Cooper. That man is a stud.
Yeah, he is.
That man, he's gonna be really great one day.
I mean, they're 2-2. They've beaten the Ravens and the Browns. They lost to the Bengals and the Bears. Jay Cutler was back. They only lost by 2. But like Denver's won, but they haven't looked like amazing when they win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because they beat the Ravens by 6. They beat the Chiefs by 7. They beat the Lions, who haven't won a game, by 12. And then they beat the Vikings by 3. I mean, they win, but they're not winning to that level you'd think. Because like the Bengals are kind of like beating down everybody. Like the Packers, minus last week, are kind of beating down everybody. But I think the Raiders can do it.
Yeah,
at
Broncos
home
seem like they're just getting by.
Yeah, and I think at some point that's going to hurt them.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If the Raiders play a good game, that's my choice. I think the Raiders can do it.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
But I think they'll probably all stay undefeated.
Yeah, they probably will.
Honestly. I mean, all those teams look really good. I mean, the Falcons. I think one thing, I know this is your team, but like looking at the Falcons, who are they going to lose to?
That's what I'm saying. I think due to schedule, I really believe the Falcons will be probably number 1, number 2 in the NFC.
It'll be number 1.
And then it'll be like the same question: what are they going to do in the playoffs?
No, but my thing is like, I honestly, 15-1 is very reasonable.
Very.
I mean, the Redskins, the Saints, the Titans, the Bucks, the 49ers, the Colts. Maybe if the Colts put it together, they beat them. The Vikings, the Bucks, the Panthers might beat them.
Yeah, I was giving the Panthers one game.
Yeah, I mean, Panthers are going to be tough. They're undefeated right now. But Jaguars and Saints again. I mean, the Saints may be able to pull out one at home.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts, like at home for the Falcons. I'm not sure if the Colts can do that. And then one Panthers. I mean, 14-1, 15 or 14-2, 15-1.
Yeah, and the momentum's really driving in the Falcons' favor right now because they're killing it on all sides of the ball. I mean, the running game is looking great. Julio's still a stud.
I mean,
Ryan hasn't thrown a pick in it seems like forever.
Oh, you just jinxed. He's my fantasy my fantasy wide receiver. You just jinxed him. But no, I mean, you look at their running back core. Devontae Freeman is their backup, and he's doing this. So now you got a 2-headed monster because Coleman's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you start Freeman over Coleman.
Oh, yeah. I think definitely. With the production that Devontae Freeman has gotten, you got to start him.
I mean, I know you're not supposed to lose your job to injury, but I mean, that 2-headed back is going to be one of the best in the league. And then you got Julio, Matt Ryan, and Hankerson stepped up.
Yeah, Hankerson's doing a good job in the slot. Roddy White's been a little quiet.
Yeah,
but Hankerson's really stepped up.
But at some point, Roddy is going to break out because you look at it. Hankerson's doing better. They're double teaming Julio.
And Hester's injured. He's about to come back.
Yeah, I mean, and double team Julio, and you got fast guy and Hester. Roddy was top 10 receiver at one point.
Yeah,
I mean, Roddy used to be really good.
Yeah, he did.
That team's stacked. At least offensive-wise.
Yeah, on offense.
Definitely. I mean, that you got to have a defense to win a championship, and they're doing all right on defense. But I'd be surprised if they didn't finish like 15-1.
Yeah, they got an easier schedule in the league. Almost, it seems like, honestly.
I mean, yeah, and you look at the teams. I mean, people thought the Saints were going to be good. Colts were favorites. Panthers always put up a struggle, but unless they slip up somewhere.
I mean, it seems like every game is honestly like a cakewalk.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, they haven't.
Besides the Giants, and the Cowboys, that was a comeback win and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they beat the Cowboys by 11.
Yeah,
I mean, it was close, but they barely beat the Eagles at the beginning of the season. But I mean,
they
just
dominated the Texans.
They just destroyed the Texans, and they're playing the Redskins at home.
Yeah.
I needed a fantasy defense, so I took them. I was like, the Redskins on the road against the Falcons, this is going to be a joke. But, yeah, I mean, the Falcons have a shot to go undefeated.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, out of these teams, the Patriots, the Bengals, the Packers, the Falcons, or the Broncos, I think I'm going to take the Falcons to win out, if I had to take a team to win out. Because the Patriots, they get a pretty easy schedule, too. And I think they're a better team.
Yeah.
But at Broncos is going to be a tough one.
And they still, I don't know. They played the Bills. I mean, you never know.
Yeah,
It's a division like it. I don't
yeah,
know. Patriots, they division games are always tough for them. It seems like.
yeah. I mean, they got to play at the Giants middle of the season. Giants will be hot by then.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
But I think the Falcons are the favorite to win out if there has to be a team to win out.
And I'd agree. Yeah.
So we DraftKings fantasy corner here. Who's you're picking up? Who is the guy this week that's either the best deal or a guy that's not picked up in fantasy yet that you should probably go snag because it's a lot of bye weeks. Adrian Peterson's out. You probably need a flex, something like that. So we'll start with DraftKings. Who's your worth the money guy?
It used to be Devontae, but his price starting to go up now. You know, he's starting to get some recognition. But I don't know. I probably have to go to it's a tough one. Usually, I last week I stuck with Devontae, but
I mean, Devontae is good. He's been producing.
yeah,
But
definitely.
with Coleman
But his
back, you
price
think
is,
it'll.
and his price is going up too, though. So I'm not really sure if he would really be a deal. You know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what about how much is Vincent Jackson?
Vincent Jackson's actually not that much. I don't think.
I think Jackson's your guy then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he had
Mike Evans is definitely up. He's like one of the more higher receivers.
I think Vincent Jackson's a good backup, and especially like fantasy wise for a flex. I mean, they're playing Tampa. Tampa's not playing the greatest team.
No, they're playing the Jaguars.
Yeah, so defensive wise, if famous Jameis can get the ball to his receivers instead of the other team, I think Vincent Jackson's worth a shot. And then fantasy wise, the guy you should probably pick up if he's not is I mentioned him, Leonard Hankerson. I mean, Julio's getting all the attention.
Yeah.
Roddy's not doing the production he's looking for. They got a two-headed back, so they're going to put quite a few guys in the box to try to stop that, and they're going to double Julio. So Hankerson's the guy.
Yeah.
Like Hankerson's going to start producing.
He's going to get a lot of open looks, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, if you need a flex for a week, again, they're playing the Redskins. I don't know why I'd have to sell you on Hankerson. So if he's not taken, which he's not in most leagues, I actually picked him up in both leagues that I'm in. I think Hankerson's your guy. And going to picks, we'll start with the night. Who you got? What's the score? Why do you think that? Luck's out. Colts, Houston.
I got Colts winning this still. Houston is just dysfunctional to me. I didn't like what I saw last week when I watched them. Defense is nice, you know. I like JJ Watt, but I feel like the team as a whole is just not good. It's not good at all. I don't like watching them. So yeah, I got the Colts probably 21. They don't got luck. 21-7.
21-7.
Yeah.
I'm actually going Texans.
You want Texans?
I'm going Texans. The reason I'm going Texans, they're at home, which doesn't help. But I mean, the Colts are playing with their backup, who did win in the game last week. But they're getting Foster back. I know they had him back last week, and he fumbled it and only ran for like 10 yards.
Yeah.
But they're getting a full week of practicing under Foster. So I think he's gonna destroy the Colts defensive line. And I think
he's capable of healthy, you know.
He's capable. I think they win 24-17. I think they win by a touchdown. I think Foster breaks off a touchdown in the end and wins it.
For real?
Yeah, I think that's how it ends. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Then we got a big game of the week. Patriots, Cowboys.
Patriots 45-14.
Oh, not even giving him a chance.
45-14.
I mean, I'm choosing Patriots too. 45 sounds right. I think they're scoring more than 14 though. I'm gonna say
Cowboys are?
Yeah, I think the Cowboys can score more than 14. 45-28. I think it's a shootout.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a shootout.
I think Wheaton throws a couple interceptions, but makes a couple good plays.
Which he's bound for almost every game, honestly.
All right, Bears, Chiefs, both 1-3 teams at Arrowhead.
It's at Arrowhead. Okay.
It's at Arrowhead.
You know, I don't really the Bears. I don't really like what I'm seeing from. I mean, Jay Cutler. I mean, I don't know. Probably have to go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs, what
Yeah.
score? What you got?
Prob 21 to 17.
21-17
Yeah.
Chiefs. I'm also going with the Chiefs. Cutler's terrible.
Yeah.
Cutler's just like Stafford. Cutler and Stafford must be brothers or something.
Yeah, there's
But
a lot of it seems like there's a good deal of quarterbacks, that were actually at a time a stable quarterback for their team that are really falling off.
yeah,
It seems like.
and I mean Cutler got hurt a little bit, but I mean he had some of the best receivers in the league, and then they left because they
Yeah.
didn't like Cutler. So I'm going Chiefs. I think they throw a touchdown to a wide receiver again.
I
I,
thought, oh, you think they're gonna score again by
yeah,
pass?
I think so. I'm hoping for Macklin's sake. I think they win 24-17. I think they win by a touchdown. I think it's close though.
Yeah, I see it being a little close.
Seahawks and Bengals. Bengals at home, undefeated, going against the Seahawks. You said the
This is my
Seahawks would be.
upset. Yeah, this
You
is my
said the
upset.
Seahawks would win.
Yeah, I see us, I see the Seahawks winning. Probably I don't even see them scoring that much. I feel like it's gonna be a defensive game. I feel like it might be a little ugly. I know they're gonna double down on AJ. Um, it'll probably I see a 17 to 14.
17-14.
Yeah, it'll be a close one, I
I
think.
think it's going to be a little higher scoring, and I got the Bengals winning. I think the Bengals win, let's see, 31-24.
31-24.
Yeah, I think the Bengals offense just is too high powered at the end for the Seahawks. I think it comes down to a nice drive at the end by Andy Dalton.
I don't know. I feel like with the defense in Seattle, I feel like anything is possible.
I mean, yeah, but they should be 1-3. That's
They
the thing.
should.
So like, because they lost that game, the refs helped them out. They just don't look that good. Their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, their offense isn't looking the same. I feel like that's a little, but I feel like the defense is still there. It's still a little relevant.
Yeah, I mean the defense is good, but Dalton looks good, which is surprising because I never thought Dalton was the man, and now he
Yeah,
kind of
I
looks
honestly
good.
didn't either. I didn't predict him to be as good as he is.
Redskins against your beloved undefeated Falcons.
Yes. You know what? I'm not gonna sit here and say we're gonna shut them out, but it'll probably be 32-14.
32-14. 28-10 Falcons. I think Cousins gets lucky with a touchdown, little screen pass. They kick a field goal. They probably missed 2 field goals.
Yeah.
And the Falcons just destroy. They pull their starters out at the start of the fourth quarter. I think it's not even close. Jags at Bucks. 1-3 teams.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go with the NFC South here with the Bucks. Like Jameis Winston, even though he has been struggling just a little bit. Yeah, Jaguars they don't really have it yet. I feel like the Bucks should definitely beat them. They both are young teams, but I think scores gonna be a little close. Bucks. Probably 24-10.
24-10.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 21-20 Bucks.
Wow, that close.
I think it's close. I think both quarterbacks throw 2 interceptions, but I think Jameis throws another touchdown. I think Jameis is the guy.
You think he's the guy? He's the answer.
I think he's the answer. I think he's a little young right now, and his decision making's not superb. But I think Jameis within the next 5 years is going to be looked at as one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people, him or Mariota. Well, other than Mariota's game against the terrible Buccaneers defense, Mariota's been like non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't heard Mariota's name since day one.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans haven't been doing all of that. They just been, what are they, like 1-2 now? Something like that? Titans 1-2. They had a
bye week last week.
Yeah.
I just I think Jameis is the guy. He's built like a quarterback. He's got the arm of a quarterback. He just needs to get the whole
Hmm.
like decision making down. And once he does that, he's gonna be phenomenal. I mean, I've heard people go, okay, who's gonna be better, Jameis, Mariota, or Johnny Manziel? And it's not even close. Like,
I wouldn't even put Johnny
no,
Manziel.
Johnny Manziel is gonna be the worst of those. But Jameis is a big guy.
I feel like Jameis is in a better position as well. He got tall receivers. He got great receivers with him. I mean, I just feel like it's better. He's a better situation right now.
No, yeah, he's without a doubt got the best situation around him. So we both got Bucks. Saints at Eagles. Who you got?
Mm. I think the Eagles might swing it out on this one. They might pull this one out and get their first win. Or is it? Yeah, it's the second win or first
Yeah, it'd
win.
be their second win. They're
Yeah,
one.
second
They're
win.
both
Oh,
one and
yeah.
three.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think they'll probably go ahead and win that game. The Eagles. 17. No, not even 17. It's probably gonna be a shootout because knowing Drew Brees, it'll probably be 21-17.
I think Saints win. I think the Saints keep rolling, and the Eagles keep doing terrible. I know it's at home, but the Eagles look bad. I think the Saints win. We're gonna go 35-24. I think they win by quite a bit.
It's a pretty high scoring game.
Yeah, I think the Eagles look bad. So next, AFC North, Browns at Ravens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is a snooze fest.
Yeah,
I don't really like what NFC North. It seems like, or I mean, I'm sorry, the AFC North. It seems like their style of play is just so boring. But it's football, so I think I had to give this one to the Ravens. Though, even though they have been struggling, I do believe that they are better than the Browns. Joe Flacco and Justin Forsett, I feel like they might be a little bit too much for them to handle, and they're gonna pull this one out 17-14.
yeah. I think it's same score, same outcome. The Ravens are bad, but the Browns are bad too. The Browns are really bad. I
Yeah,
mean, they got a Joe Hayden, so it could go the other way. But I think the Ravens squeak one out in the end, and move to 2-3.
yeah.
But yeah, that's not gonna be a fun game to watch. That'll probably be the one we get on TV too.
Unfortunately.
Rams versus the undefeated Packers.
Hmm.
Any shot the Rams win?
No shot. I do not believe that because I mean Aaron Rodgers is just great. I see this being a slaughter. Um, 35-7.
I think Gurley has a good day. I think Gurley puts up 2 touchdowns.
Really?
Yeah, I think Gurley
Yeah,
can have a
Gurley's
good day.
nice. Yeah, Gurley is nice.
But the Packers win, but I think it's like 35-18.
18's a lot. I don't know.
17. I'll go 17. I'll go 35-17. I think Gurley gets 2 touchdowns. And then they get the field goal there. Bills at Titans. Who we got?
Probably gonna go with the Bills. I like the Bills honestly as a team. I know they haven't been proven to be the best, but they have definitely improved over the years. I feel like Rex Ryan has definitely done a really good change in I guess culture you could say. They look like a new team now, and I like them. Tyrod Taylor, he's been all right. He's been better than I expected. I thought he was gonna do a lot worse. Seem like they've been pulling together. I like them better than the Titans. Probably gonna be 24-21. It's probably gonna be a little close. Mariota, he's still relevant.
Yeah, I think the Bills win, but I don't think it's close. I think the Bills defense just goes to town on Mariota. I think it's 28-9. I think it's 28-9. They don't get a touchdown. And I
Just
think
straight field goal.
yeah, no. And I mean the Titans defense isn't very good. So I think the Bills just light up the scoreboard. And it's surprising they're 2-2 because they look good throughout the year.
Yeah, they did.
But Cardinals at Lions. Do the Lions get their first win?
I believe not. because the Cardinals still look solid. Chris Johnson, he he's all right. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals. Probably 24 to man. I don't even. I like to give them a touchdown. Yeah, they're gonna score. It's probably 10, 24 to 10.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I
I
see a
think.
Calvin Johnson touchdown
Yeah.
and a field goal.
I mean, the problem with the Lions here is the Cardinals secondary is amazing.
Yeah.
So I think 24-10 is about right. I think they managed to get a touchdown and a field goal. And the Cardinals look good, man. Even though they lost to the Rams, they look good.
Yeah.
Broncos or Raiders?
Like I said, I love Amari Cooper, but unfortunately the Broncos got this game, I believe. Um, eh, I can't even say they're going to be high scoring because the Broncos haven't really. They seem to be playing up to their opponent's level. It
Yeah.
seems like so. It might be 21-17.
I'm going 28-27 Raiders. I think it's close. I think the Raiders managed to squeak it out. I think they go down like they did the Ravens and score a last-minute touchdown.
Who do you think's having a big game from the Raiders?
I think Derek Carr has a really good game. I think Carr and Cooper team up for a touchdown a couple times. Because like you said, Cooper's a stud.
Yeah.
And Carr looks like he's the guy that everybody thought he was going to be for the Raiders. And I think he leads them to a last-minute touchdown and beat the undefeated Broncos. Because the Broncos, like you said, they just keep playing down, and at some point they're going to get hurt by that. 49ers at Giants, Sunday night game. 49ers look terrible. Giants look like they're getting hot.
Yeah.
Does that change?
Nope. I still stick it with I'll stick it with Beckham. I think the Giants gonna probably win this 27-14.
What happened to Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, he's looking like I bet they regret that Alex Smith move.
Yeah,
they regret it.
I mean, I never thought Kaepernick was good, but I didn't think he was that bad.
I really didn't expect. This is another thing. I didn't expect Colin Kaepernick to fall off like this, at least this quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seemed like it was just a year or two ago where we were talking about him and Russell being like the new generation of quarterbacks, coming into this league. And now it's just like, man, he's doing it bad out there.
Yeah. I mean, I think he finally throws a touchdown in this game, but I think the Giants win pretty handedly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 24-7. And actually, I think Hyde gets the touchdown. I don't think Kaepernick throws a touchdown.
Okay, no, get a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. And then Monday night game, my Steelers against the Chargers. Who you got? 2-2.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'll probably have to go with the Chargers. I don't know if I mean, I love him to death, but Mike Vick, I don't know if I really trust him. Score will probably be I think it's gonna be a little low scoring. Probably 14-10.
I think the Steelers win on a game-winning field goal, like they should have at Baltimore.
Yeah, that was.
They got a new kicker. I think they can do it. Vic got a long week to learn the playbook. Mm-hmm. I mean, he had a Thursday night game from a short week all the way to Monday night. So Vic's had a while to learn the playbook. Le'Veon Bell's the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
The Chargers' offense is potent, but the Steelers' defense is actually sacking people. So I think the Steelers win 20-17 on a last-second field goal. And they actually make it.
I can see that happening.
So that's our picks. Write them down. Bet on them because they're all going to be right. At least mine.
We'll see.
Moving on to college football. Ohio State travels to Maryland. Can they finally get back on track? I know they've been winning, but it hasn't been as dominating as one would think.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, you look at their last games; they've been winning relatively easy a little bit. When you look at the game against West Michigan and Northern Illinois. They've been having some pretty good games.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State, everybody goes, "Oh, was Cardell Jones the right choice?" I mean, I think Cardell Jones was the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
They've been number 1 for so long. They're not I don't think they have that drive anymore that they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't know what losing feels like right now. Like Cardell Jones has never lost. So, I think the close games have hurt them some, but they keep winning. And I think at home they destroy Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Maryland doesn't look very good. I mean, you look at who Maryland's beat. It's like Division 2 teams. I mean, Richmond was their opener and they stomped them. Then they lost to Bowling Green, West Virginia, and Michigan. I think Ohio State gets back on track and
Yeah,
just
they only scored 6 points in the last 2 games.
yeah.
I mean,
It's just
yeah.
speaking of Michigan, Northwestern travels to the team up north as Ohio State calls them. Who you got?
Um, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Michigan, their schedule, they've been playing some subpar team, not even all that. The only team that they really played, I believe, that was really that good was Oregon. And
No, they play Utah.
oh, they did?
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah.
lost to Utah. That's their one loss.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, but I think they'll probably end up winning this one.
Yeah, I mean they're playing Northwestern. The Utah is number 5 in the nation now. They really haven't beaten anybody impressive. I mean, they just beaten Maryland, who we just said was going to get destroyed by Ohio State. They beat BYU, who's okay. But I mean, you look at Northwestern. I mean, Northwestern has been able to kind of put together a nice season, and Northwestern is always up there. And Michigan just recently got up there with the addition of Harbaugh as their coach. But it's at home. I think because it's at home, call it an upset if you want. They're actually favored by 7.5 over Northwestern. I think Michigan wins as well. I think Northwestern hasn't played anybody. They played Stanford, who's not even ranked anymore, and then they beat some subpar teams. So I think at Michigan, Michigan wins. I think if it's at Northwestern, Northwestern would win. So I think it's just kind of the location of the game is going to determine the outcome. Speaking of Utah, teams undefeated. Number 25 Cal comes into Utah. Number 5 Utah to play. Who comes out of there with a win? Who comes out of there with the loss?
Um, I think that I see Utah winning this. Cal, they were playing like what Grambling, San Diego.
Yeah.
You know, little teams that aren't really all that, but yeah, I think that I got Utah taking this one.
Yeah, I mean, Utah, you look at who Utah's played, and you think Utah wouldn't have played that many good teams.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look, they beat Michigan, who's ranked now in the top 20. They destroyed Oregon, who's now 13th, but was pretty high at the time, 62-20. I think Utah's going to win this one handedly. I mean, it's at home versus California, who is undefeated at 5-0, yes, but hasn't really beat any good teams.
Yeah.
And then round out college football. Who's your upset of the week? Who do you got pulling the upset? I got Florida losing to Missouri.
Why do you think Florida to Missouri?
I just don't think Florida has that oomph. Like they haven't beat any ranked team besides number 3 Ole Miss. But Ole Miss always loses a game they shouldn't. I think they're ranked 11 because they're in the SEC, so they get the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah, SEC is great football.
I mean, they're only a 4.5-point favorite. Missouri's only lost one game this season. Florida's 5-0. Missouri's 4-1. I mean, Missouri lost to Kentucky, who's terrible at football, but at home, Florida has only beat one decent team, and Ole Miss. People always jump on Ole Miss, they lose, and then they jump off. I mean, I just think Missouri is always a tough match for any SEC team. And I think Florida's just not the same level as like a Bama or an LSU or something like that. I think that's why that's the most likely to be an upset.
So that's who you're placing your bet on.
Yeah, that's if I had to choose an upset this week, that's who I'm going with.
Okay.
Moving on to basketball. NBA. Finally started preseason at least.
Yep.
A lot of rumors and all that going on. I guess the first thing is Stephen A. Smith and
Is it
Kevin
Kevin Durant?
Durant.
Yeah,
I mean, what's going on there?
man, it just seemed like I don't know. There's a lot of drama. It just seems like yeah. Did you see the video? I mean, the video, the first take video
Yeah,
of the
of
yeah.
Stephen A. calling him out.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I understand where he's coming from because Kevin Durant, he does have a history of kind of being a little harsh to the media, I guess you could say. But it's just a little drama. It's a lot of drama. I just feel like.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is though, like Stephen A. says you don't want to make an enemy out of me,
Mhm.
but if Stephen A. made enemies, like say Stephen A. made him an enemy, I mean, Stephen A.'s job relies on people like Kevin Durant.
Mhm.
Like Stephen A. is a sports reporter.
Yes.
So to do that to a guy you have to cover, I mean, Durant's never going to talk to Stephen A. anymore.
Yeah.
So anything Stephen A. puts out about the Thunder or Kevin Durant is going to be null and void because nobody's going to pay attention to it
Mhm.
because Durant's never going to talk to him. So to say that was kind of weird, I thought. And I mean, at this point, Stephen A. is almost like a figurehead for ESPN.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, he hasn't like first takes kind of went downhill. It's just a screaming match at this point. I mean, just he's becoming a joke almost.
I mean, I'm not even really sure what made him. I don't know. I mean, regardless, we don't know what KD's gonna do. That's what the whole thing revolved around him
Yeah.
saying that he was gonna go to LA with not having sources.
I mean,
saying-
but LA isn't even like one of the ones that have been talked about.
yeah, it really is. It was just kind of like an out the blue type of.
Yeah, I mean,
destination.
Katie and Big Market don't really seem to go together.
Yeah,
like,
I
he's kind
understand. I
of like a
understand
chill
why
guy.
they say that, because LA is
Yeah.
the market, blah blah blah. But I mean, we've known this guy over the years as
Yeah.
being the type of dude who doesn't really care about that.
Yeah,
really.
he's a really chill guy. I mean,
Yeah.
like the only reason I think he would go to a bigger market like DC is just because it's his hometown.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not even really his hometown, which people apparently fail to realize that Maryland's his hometown,
Mhm.
not DC. I
Yeah.
mean, DC's close. He's in that DC metro type area, but
Mhm.
I mean, that's the only reason he would go to I guess third or fourth biggest kind of basketball city. But I don't know what Stephen A was thinking because he needs Kevin Durant more than Kevin Durant needs
Yeah,
Stephen A.
definitely. I mean, who are you gonna write about?
Yeah, he can't write about him anymore, so I don't know quite where he was coming with that. Speaking about kind of rumors and everything going on, Jimmy Butler said that Derrick Rose has a bad work ethic. I mean, what do you think about that, especially inside a locker room? Like that's their locker room.
I've in my years of watching basketball, I've never seen a player fall off the way Derrick Rose has. It seems like everything bad is just happening. I mean, now he got his teammates calling him out, talking about his work ethic. Now, I mean, that wasn't necessarily right. I don't think it was right for Jimmy Butler as a professional to say that. But Rose, I mean, he's been struggling. He's been going through a lot. It seems like it doesn't seem like it's going really good for the Bulls. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Colin Cowherd did something today on his show. He did a segment that was called "Derrick Rose, the most overrated player and most expensive shoe salesman," which is it. I mean, honestly, what he is at this point, it's Jimmy Butler's team.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not Derrick Rose's team. So, yeah, Jimmy Butler shouldn't have called him out. But if a star player, if the team's leader calls out another player saying he needs to step up in practice, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, if Derrick Rose has all these injury problems and everything, shouldn't he be going hard in practice trying to get back onto the floor and be that MVP? I mean, he won an MVP.
Yeah.
You think about his MVP year, it was a phenomenal year. Should he have won MVP? I mean, I think LeBron probably should have won it.
LeBron should have won. It's just his team was number one. I think.
And I think people didn't want to give it to LeBron anymore. So I don't think he deserved the MVP, but he won one. He's really overrated.
All right, so do you think that the value of an MVP is now a little like lessened because of the fact that players like Derrick Rose now have that, and now look at his career?
No, I think if you look at it, like some guys just have a good season. Like if Kevin Durant's foot injury came back and he had to retire, say it's just a season or a career-ending injury, like it's just nagging, it does that. I think his MVP was still a really, really good year. Like I still think he deserved that. And like say Steph Curry, like he always has ankle problems, messes up his ankles. I mean, I still think he's there. But the thing is, I think they earned it. I'm not quite sure if Derrick Rose did.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at the stats from Derrick Rose and you look at the stats for LeBron James that season.
Yeah, LeBron James on paper was definitely the MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I said, I think it's just the factor that, like you said, people were kind of tired of giving it to LeBron, and the Bulls were the number one team in the East at the
yeah,
time. So
but he's so bad now. He's
yeah,
so
like I don't know what
overrated.
happened to the dude. Like he's only putting up like 13 points. Like it's like, what is this? Like
I mean, and the thing is, like, he had a knee surgery, and people go, "Oh, that's why he lost his explosion." But you look at Westbrook, who's had two.
yeah.
He's got the best bounce in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think Westbrook is one of the top two dunkers in the league. Him and Blake Griffin could go back and forth.
Yeah.
I think it's a little more impressive from
yeah, DeAndre
can get up, but like I think Westbrook could be the best dunker just due to the fact that he's so small.
Yeah.
Yet he can dunk over anybody. Like he will go up on anybody.
Yeah, he's relentless to the rim. That's what it just seems like. He's not scared to go up there and try and dunk on you.
But I mean, Derrick Rose, he did it to himself a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that was like all this adversity happening, all this drama. Like, yeah.
So the Lakers, we talked about Kevin Durant possibly going there or not going there. Can they make the playoffs? First off, I didn't realize they had Hibbert.
Yeah,
when did that happen?
They have a nice little squad.
When did Hibbert happen?
Yeah,
I was out of the loop for that one because I'm watching the preseason yesterday, and it's like Roy Hibbert got smacked or whatever by one of the Utah players.
Oh yeah, Trevor Booker smacked him. Yeah,
and I was like, why is Roy Hibbert there? Doesn't he play for Indiana? I was so confused.
It's just honestly, it seems like with both LA teams, they like getting those market players, like people who are names that we know about. You know, like you see the Lakers, you see the Clippers. They have these teams, these players with personalities. You see Lou Williams on the bench for the Lakers, Nick Young on the bench. You see Kobe, all these big players, big names. You know, Clippers, Josh Smith, Lance Stevenson, Jamal Crawford, all these players. It seem like these big market players. But it's just, I don't know. It just seems like it's too many personalities, I feel like. I don't think they're making it playoffs.
I mean, I think Roy Hibbert can be good. Like in that, he had a double-double in that preseason. I mean, most of it was free throws. He couldn't really do anything else. But they can't make the playoffs because they're in the West.
No, they can't make
that. That's what it comes at. If they were in the East, I'd say they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think they're making the playoffs.
Because you look at D'Angelo Russell, he's going to be a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant's going to be limited minutes, but he's still Kobe.
Yeah.
Nick Young, he could probably pass on Nick Young. Nick Young's not very good. He likes to shoot the ball.
Hot. Yeah, he'll just get hot every now and then. Like a J.R. Smith type almost.
And the thing is, they got Metta World Peace back, who's probably going to play more small forward than power forward. I don't know why they got so many power forwards. Julius Randle and Roy Hibbert. I mean, that's a solid team. They're just in the West where you're either an amazing team or you're an okay team.
Yeah, and they got Lou Williams off the bench too. That's gonna be a little nice addition.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite sure if they could do it. And the thing is, Kobe's not around much longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this team in the East makes the playoffs. But in the West, you just look at the depth of the West. It's not even fair, honestly.
The West is a very tough.
I mean,
conference.
you look at the standings, or you look at who's in the West. I mean, Memphis, Oklahoma City, Golden State, the Pelicans, the Clippers, the Rockets. I think the Kings are going to be good this year.
I think they might make a playoffs, honestly. I think they might sneak into that 8th spot, 8th or 7th.
And then Dallas, Portland. Portland's not going to be very good. San Antonio.
Yes.
And the Timberwolves are going to be all right.
Timberwolves are okay.
I mean,
I don't see them going nowhere though. I don't see them going to the playoffs or anything, making that much noise.
No, I mean they won't make the playoffs, but I mean they'll put up some good numbers here and there. Mm-hmm. But I mean, then you look at the East. I think the East are starting to get better, but they're not there yet. Like I think Milwaukee's going to be really good.
Yeah, Milwaukee's a nice young team. They have a lot of solid players.
I mean, Milwaukee just I don't know what it is, but Milwaukee just kind of has it when you look at their team. Like you look, Greg Monroe was a great addition for them.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Greek Freak at small forward, Michael Carter-Williams. I don't know how he ended up there. Like that trade that trade Philly really made, weird. I'm not quite sure what they did. And they got Tyler Ennis, who I think is pretty good.
Yeah, he's solid.
Chris Middleton, OJ Mayo. OJ Mayo's older. Jared Bayless, third. I mean, Jabari Parker, John Henderson or Henson. I think Milwaukee could finish like third in the East.
Third in the
I
East.
think Milwaukee could finish third in. I mean, you look at who's in the East. Cleveland's going to win the East, obviously.
Yes, but I don't think that Milwaukee's better than. I don't think they're better than the Wizards. I don't think they're better than the Hawks. I don't think they're better than Toronto.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know. I mean, you look at it. I think the Wizards are
the
good.
Pacers. I don't think they're better than Pacers.
No, the Pacers are going to be good. They're healthy again. But I mean, the Wizards are good, but the Wizards, they're hit and miss sometimes. I don't think the Hawks will do as good as they did last year. Honestly, I think your playoffs, you're looking at Cleveland. Miami looks good. Miami surprisingly looks pretty good.
Yeah, Miami's good too. Yeah, that's another team. I don't know. I feel like if the Bucks make it, it's gonna be 8-7.
No, I'm telling you, the Bucks are good. Watch. Throughout
Bucks-
the season,
who's
you're
it-
gonna see the Bucks are
Who's
the
their power
real
forward?
deal.
Who's their power forward?
Who's their power forward? Their power forward
Is it
is
There's gonna be Jabari.
Yeah, Jabari.
So you think Jabari's gonna be able to hang in with all the power forwards in the league?
I mean,
He's good.
maybe.
He could play the power forward, but I just think that
I think he's
they're
more
really
of a.
young.
I think he's more of a small forward though. I don't know why they try it. Why he because he kind of played small forward at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not quite sure why they try to put him at power forward.
He's a Greek freak.
But yeah, put the Greek freak at the power forward. He's big and long. His jump shot's okay. I mean, but that team's huge too.
They are. They're young too, man. I feel like, but who's their star? Who's their star? Honestly,
I think Parker's their star. I mean, the Greek freak came out last year and did well. Michael Carter Williams is all right. Greg Monroe was a great addition, and they got Miles Plumlee. They have a good team.
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, with them, I don't even see an all-star on their team. If anything, probably.
Yeah, but the Hawks really didn't have that guy. Who are the Hawks?
But I don't think they're gonna be able to do what the Hawks did. That's the thing.
I think they can. I don't. Michael Carter Williams and Tyler Ennis. They're just a deep team. They're a deep team that have solid players all around.
But I feel like in the East, they got to be better because I think, like I said, I think a lot of teams are better than them.
I mean, I think the Hornets are going to be good this year. I think the Hornets could do something. The Bulls are going to struggle. That's going to be a surprise. The Bulls are kind of crumbling inside their own locker room.
But I don't know. I still think the Bulls might even still be better than the Bucks because Jimmy Butler is still a stud.
Jimmy Butler's good.
He's still getting better, doing his own thing. They still have a solid overall team. They got Noah, and who I don't really like. Gasol. They got
Doug McDermott. I mean, yeah, but if your point guard is feuding with the best player on your team, and Derrick Rose and Aaron Brooks. I mean, Derrick Rose will probably be injured midway through the season.
Okay.
So you got Aaron Brooks, who did well for a little while. But Kerr Heinrich, I'm telling you, the Bucks are a surprise team. The Bucks are the Hawks of this year.
The Bucks are the Hawks this year.
The Bucks will be the Hawks of this year. They're studs.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
I mean, I don't think their coach is great, but
I see them doing honestly like an identical thing to last year. 8-7 seed, 8 seed, something like that.
I think they can do it. We'll see. It's a long season. And then you got Philly. Bad team.
Oh, yeah. Philly is pretty bad. I just saw them play the other day against my Wizards. Get blown out by like 40, I think.
So Vegas line right now is 17.5 wins. Are you over or under?
Under.
They're
actually worse, I believe.
You're under 17 wins.
Yes. They're actually worse, I believe. I know Jahlil Okafor is nice, but I don't see he's not really winning basketball games. I feel right now. I don't think not right now. He's not winning basketball games for you. He's still a solid pickup. They have a nice little front court with him and Noel. That's the two big men that they got that are really nice. Outside of that, I don't really see them doing much. Kendall Marshall is a good point guard, but I mean, it's like who go-to player?
They got to play big. My thing is though, they're over 17 wins. I mean, Noel and Okafor are going to be a menace, defensive wise at least. If Embiid was healthy, they would be dominated. If Embiid was
See,
healthy,
that'd be a solid team.
I think their starting lineup would have to be Marshall, Stauskas, and then I think you move Noel to small forward. You put Embiid at power forward and Hill at center.
You would put Noel on small forward on
I
LeBron
yeah
James.
yeah.
I couldn't do that.
I'm telling like okay, offensive wise, he's not a small forward, but okay, so you take the superstars out. So
Mhm.
you take out Durant and LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna stop him? He's 6'11".
Who is he gonna stop? Is the question.
He could stop it. He's 6'11". Like I said, if somebody gets by him, he would have Embiid and Noel or Embiid and Okafor right there to put their hands up and block it.
Paul George would have a field day on him.
But Paul George usually plays like point or shooting guard.
I honestly believe my own Wizards, Otto Porter, would go off on Nerlens Noel.
If they could get Noel,
he actually just did on the 76ers. He's had 22 on him.
I'm telling you, if Embiid was there, this team would be a solid team. The problem is they shouldn't have traded their point guard. I think if Michael Carter Williams was there, they'd be all right. They'd win 25.
My only problem with them, I believe, is they have a log jam right now, and that's the problem. They have a log jam at the power forward and the center.
Well, the thing is, Embiid's never going to be healthy. Embiid may never play a game.
Yeah, like I don't know what their game plan was with that. I feel like they need a playmaker, a perimeter playmaker, and they are lacking that right now. That's the reason why they're struggling.
They got so many draft picks, though.
Yeah.
This is what they need to do. They need to keep Embiid, because if Embiid is healthy, he's going to be a stud.
Mm-hmm.
But he's always going to be a backup. Embiid
Yeah.
will never be a starter. They need to go out and get another point guard in free agency. And I haven't told you this, but they're my dark horse for Kevin Durant.
Really? Kevin Durant in Philly.
Just think about this team for a minute. Look at this team and throw Kevin Durant in there. And a point guard.
And they would be in the 6th seed in the East. They wouldn't be all that.
If you had Kevin Durant, your starting lineup, nobody's under 6'3".
But why would Kevin Durant choose them? Why? What's attractive?
Okay. That's the thing. That's why they're dark horse. That's why they're not my favorite. Like they're gonna go get them, but they're so young and have the talent. If they could go out next free agency and get a point guard, get a solid point guard like Rondo. Rondo's only on a 1-year deal. If Rondo proves that he's not hot-headed and he can actually play, you put Rondo there with Kevin Durant, Nerlens Noel, and Jahlil Okafor.
And I do not feel like there would be a threat.
I'm telling you, that would be
KD. Well, yes, KD is a threat, but any team with KD is a threat. Let me take that back.
So defensive wise, you have a great defense.
Defensive wise, yes, they would be very solid. I just feel like I don't know. The 76ers, like I said, they're really lacking that playmaker right now.
I don't Durant there. That's the playmaker.
But as far as right now, as far as like the 17 games, who's scoring?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think they beat 7. I think they can go over 17 games. I think they catch teams where they're like resting players, like the Spurs rest players.
Okay, yeah.
So I think they catch teams like that, and then I think they put up good numbers against like the lesser of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got Okafor. If Okafor can improve his offense some, and Noel can continue what he's doing, Stauskas can shoot the ball pretty well. Marshall can dish to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can top 17. I think they can win. I'm at like 20, 21.
2021, yeah.
Like if the line was 20 and a half, I'd probably go under.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they're just a worse team than they were last year. I really do.
But
I don't feel like I know what they're gonna do is just they're gonna be feeding Jahlil Okafor, trying to get him some touches, but I just don't feel like he can really carry them for that much.
Yeah, I don't know what Michael Carter Williams getting rid of him was, but
yeah, Mike Carter Williams was actually very solid for them. I was very surprised.
I'm not quite sure there, but that's all we got. That's all we got. Shorter show today, only an hour. Maybe next Thursday. We'll go the whole 2 hours.
It was a good talk though.
It was. Discussed a lot. Tuesday, talk about how we did in picks. I'm sure it was well. Go over the games, obviously, more NBA, college or MLB playoffs, college football, all that and more on Cup Check on WODU, the best in college radio. Have a good one.